Hello, welcome back to the channel. As many of you know, I've been covering games and trying to help progress for a channel and chess.com account called Late Start Chess. And I want to continue doing that. Also, a another person who follows Late Start Chess and has played games with them had mentioned that they played a game that I did not cover. So I want to cover that. I gotta say I love the community that's come from this. More than anything, I think that's kind of something that I wanted from making a channel in the first place. So it's really cool. And there's a few key notes that I will kind of be pointing out, or maybe you could call them hot takes in this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm gonna get some music going. Yeah, on low. So yeah, it should be too loud. I have, let's make sure all the sound's working. Yeah, everything's good. I can't actually hear anything, but that's fine. All right. So the first game, this game is, I think, probably the one where I can provide most instruction. This was the first game that I'd ever seen from Late Start Chess. Whenever I first got onto his channel, and I was like, wow, like I really see. I think, yeah, he wins this game, but yeah, we'll just get into it. So it's a Vienna, which he plays Vienna Gambit. We'll get into more about my thoughts on the Vienna Gambit, but already right here, I think white is quite a bit better. In fact, yeah, doesn't he just take a piece? Yeah, so this is pretty awesome, Now that's an awesome check. Yeah, this is just a phenomenal game. I'm going to get to a point to where I really saw something. Okay, so this is it. This point right here. And by the way, okay, so so that takes, yeah. All right, that's fine. So in this, I'm not doing a game review. In this position here, the move, whenever I seen this, I was like, okay, we got a little bit of a teaching moment here. So right here, you have a piece for a pawn. You have healthy pawns in the middle that are supported multiple times. Your B pawn is protected by the rook. You have maybe some stuff going on here. I mean, this is some potential trouble. And your opponent has double bishops. I mean, so you're definitely doing better, but you're not completely out of the weeds. And they're king can't castle. Like, you're much better here, right? What's the analysis? Yeah, you're over a full piece worth of analysis up, which makes perfect sense. So when you look at this position, I feel like an immense amount of improvement could come from seeing that this is not the right way to play. Now we'll go a few moves forward, and so this, even yet, first off, like if they take here, I mean, I guess you win this pawn, but so this happens. Now I believe, do you lose material? So you take a pawn, they take back, which they actually could have taken with tempo by attacking your queen, but and then you take back, and then yeah, so you lost material here. Overall, you basically just lost a piece back. I don't know what he does. Does he take this pawn? So this pawn was hanging. I don't know. Okay, so I mean, he checked you, but then you can just block with a pawn, right? Yeah, so that wasn't very smart of him, or her, whoever it was. But you end up in this position here. Now let's look at the analysis. You're still better, but it's plus 1.4 now, just over a pawn. And you kind of have to be careful. I mean, like, there's stuff like this. They probably don't want to, keep their king where it's at, to be honest. You are much better. But, like, so as opposed to doing all of this, what if let's look at some ideas. What if you played like, I'm just gonna look at this position like I would look at if I'm trying to play a game. What if you actually like this? I feel like would be a decent move. The evaluation bar doesn't move. So this is gonna be like a test of if I know what I'm doing, because the eval bar is on. So like, what about this move? Okay, so you ask yourself, well, that's just a do nothing weak move, the queen one square move. Why would that be good? Well, it defends this pawn. Everything in your position is defended, and more importantly, much more importantly, it allows your light squared bishop to get out and for you to castle. In a nutshell, I feel like when you get into this position and you're a piece up, the first thing that should be going through your mind, well, I guess if it was a process, you would say, do I have a way of attacking my opponent? In this position, I think you got to kind of consolidate before you can do any attacking. And maybe just play positionally, build up your position. So I would say, if it was my game, I'd say, no, I can't exactly attack my opponent or exploit anything right now. Let me build up my position a little bit. So that might actually be the best move to go here, because the eval bar didn't move at all. It also x-rays this pawn. So if the knight moves, you potentially win a pawn. And it sets up, after castling, it sets up a battery on this file, which I think you end up getting later anyways. But in this position, to get back to what I was saying, the thought process, I would aim for it to be like, let's get solid and then deploy a huge attack. You know, is it super solid or super solid? You know, which is better? You never know. But yeah. So that I would say, to continue doing what I was doing. Let's say, okay, so this looks like a good move. This hangs if you push. So then you gotta, you know, you probably don't want to do this. Then the bishop gets in. Yeah, so you got to go like here, right? It says it wasn't the best move, it seems like, because eval pretty much stayed, but went down like a 0.2. But anyways, so all right, it's black's move. Let's say they're going to, I have no idea. I'm not going to think too much about this, but let's say they do this. The eval doesn't change. Wow, I'm finding really good moves apparently. I'm waiting for a move to change the eval bar, and it hasn't happened yet. So in this position, why not develop the bishop? Eval doesn't move. Okay, so would they want to allow this and then for you to come in? I would say definitely not. Maybe even something like this. See, this is the way they want to get counterplay. Like, you allow them to get counterplay by going here. I would imagine maybe like a rook move to the center somehow. Maybe even like this rook, since otherwise it'll be kind of trapped. So like, let's say go here. Eval bar still doesn't move. And then we castle. The eval bar did nothing but grow. So like, now look at your position. I mean, you're probably going to get like your rook into a more active position. You're going to take this pawn at some point. I mean, so yeah, enough said. I mean, I think this really, I don't know why that says 48. It's not like it was an actual game at this point, but all right, so let's move on to the next game. Is this recording and everything? I recorded so many videos that I end up not having like the screen on the board. This is a game between you and Sir Psycho. What's up, Sir Psycho, and what's up, Tom? I checked over this game earlier. Okay, so here's my hot take. From what I've noticed, and I've mostly played the Vienna on daily games whenever I do play it, which is not much anymore. And what I found, which maybe because people are looking at theory outside of the game, aka like I guess you could call that cheating. Um, Although I think one time on this daily chess.com daily tournament challenge, they said that like you can look at theory in the opening. But like, yeah, I don't know who doesn't, to be honest with you. Like my daily rating is like not even 1400 and I'm rated 1800 rapid. Like I know people cheat. And I've had like 600, 700, and 800s beat me. And like I look at the evaluation and they played like 96% accuracy and found really sharp edge moves, and like I didn't play a bad game. And then I challenge them again and they do the exact same thing over and over, and I look at their games and they're hanging a piece every third move. It's unfortunate. That's another little hot take, but my hot take on the Vienna is, although it's been on daily games, everybody knows such sharp edge theory that like you have to play with such a level of accuracy to make it work that it's like pointless. And there's also ways to equalize with, you know, like 7 to 8, 9, 10 moves of theory that just leave it to where it's really hard to play for white, I feel like. And I actually, this game, I was just thinking that when I was looking at this game earlier, and I realized right off the bat that what I had said was like very kind of like true in this game. So like they push here, which is not the best move, but you go here and I end up looking, okay, well, what were you supposed to do? You were supposed to take here and do this huge counterattack sequence, and later on it tells you to do the same thing. I don't care, like, why did my screen go away? I don't care like if this is objectively good or not, or like, yeah, it makes sense and everything. I don't think putting yourself in these positions as a 700 is conducive to like getting momentum. Yeah, I don't know how else to really put it. Like I tried it, I didn't like it, so that's my 2 cents. But this is going to be hard to play. But you know, that by no means am I telling you, hey, like, you know, this is what openings you should play. Maybe even it should be like a little bit of a higher level thing. I don't have experience with it, and whenever I do, people are cheating, so it's really hard for me to say. I personally did the Ponziani, which I learned from Gotham's videos, which was pre-Chesley, and I do have Chesley. But anyway, so I find out that this game becomes an absolute attacking masterclass. Finding something like this, I mean, yeah, 1700s are gonna find this, and you're just gonna get slaughtered. It's just, I mean, it doesn't matter to really review this game. Sir Psycho put on an attacking masterclass, so yeah, I think he just resigns here. So yeah, he's like, yeah, we're done. You had just been in the game before, which was hilarious. So you kind of wanted to give him a chance back, but all right. So, and then this game was one of your most recent games. Might have been your very most recent game. And actually, yeah, okay, the eval bar was on. I was like, man, I hope that was on this whole time. This was against an opponent rated. These daily games keep on coming through. It's annoying me. An opponent rated close to yours, and we did the Vienna. We pushed here, which I think is already. Oh, okay. So he broke the pin. It says you should have like basically unbroke the pin. Okay. Takes the free pawn. That's okay. So they actually shouldn't have. They should have just taken here. Okay, now it really doesn't like what's going on here. It's saying you should get your queen basically ready to be active. And it really wants the c5, because I guess once takes, and then like takes, and you can't take with the knight because of the pin, and this no longer works to take the knight out of the equation, so it's just a calculation thing. You get that move, and then this is actually really brutal, because, you know, not only do you give the pawn away, but there could be something really powerful with this. No, it just wanted you. Oh, okay. Yeah, it just wanted you to push. See, I don't know what's going on. Once you push, you can't take. You know, they win that trade, and you just lose a knight because they pin the knight to your queen. So yeah, they just push this pawn down the board. So you take back. This you got to be careful with. Okay, so you didn't allow. Now wait, is your bishop trapped? Does your bishop get trapped here? Okay, well, if it could be, they don't see it. Hopefully. Okay, so yeah, they were supposed to trap. Now the question is here: is do you castle, or do you get your bishop out? I feel like you gotta go here, right? Even though you really, really want a castle. Oh, or just take the pawn. I don't even. Yeah, who knows why it says that that's not good? I mean, maybe this is why. And then that just gives up the knight. Now wait a second. Oh. No, it did give up the knight. The queen is guarding, but like they could take back twice. So that's guarded by the bishop. Nice fork. And you got the rook. Nice. Why does it want this right here? Why does it want that? Let's go back a move. Why does it want this? Is it because your rook was hanging? Okay, yeah. But it wasn't hanging immediately. You take, knight takes. Is there some kind of like Paul Morphy opera game action going here? Okay, now it's saying don't take. I'm really curious, like, what happens? Okay, so let's do this. Okay. This is crazy. Yeah, I could study this game for hours, but obviously we're not going to do that here. So let's just follow the game, how it went. Let's go back to the game review. Does a nice fork. Takes the bishop. I don't have a problem with that. Check. Okay. Take. Like that. I could see maybe this. Something like that, maybe. Maybe just like adding pressure. Okay. Never like to see that. Okay. That just... Gets the rook, gets a knight, you're done. You're done. Forks, awesome. Awesome. I gotta say, like a really clutch player. Yeah, I mean this is kind of, you know, thread and needle, but you're obviously gonna win. It's plus 114. Wow, that's pretty impressive. But yeah, really clutch player, Tom is. Pulled this one out. The best number, 777. So yeah, anyways, hope that wasn't like too unenergetic in this video. We've been going for 20 minutes. That's not even that long of a video. Wow. I guess it goes slower whenever. But anyways, thanks a lot. 777, I think, is that the most recent rating? Let's see here. What's he up to? 777. Okay, awesome number. And he's about to be 800 is what I'm thinking. He's got a lot of support coming his way. The community is awesome. I love seeing it. You know, it's not something I've ever really seen, and I feel extremely lucky to be a part of it now, to be honest. So thanks a lot, everyone, for watching, and we will see you next time.